Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good, Aubrey. How are you? Oh my gosh, we're having fun recording together.
I know. I'm so excited to be back. And I have a question for you.
Okay,
Do
let's hear
you
it.
use the word right a lot?
Yes.
I do probably too much. I've actually heard from a couple of our listeners. They're like, you say right a lot. When sort of to confirm that I agree with what Lindsay says or what someone else says, I'll be like, right? Or at the end of what
Uh-huh.
I say, right? I
I think I'll
apologize
also
if it's too
use it
much, you
sometimes.
guys.
I apologize too. I think I sometimes even use it as a filler. So I'll say
Same.
right, and so. But I've when I have listened to episodes, I have heard myself using it a lot.
I know. So
So
today we're going to dive into not only do we use it as a filler like that, we use it in so many ways in English. It comes up all the time, and there's some very native, natural chunks that we're going to teach you today that you should be using with the word right. But be sure to hit follow, guys. We've had so many amazing episodes lately, and we have a lot of fun ones planned coming up. So be sure to hit the follow button so they drop right into your queue.
absolutely. So I'm excited about this episode because it's an excuse for Aubrey and I to use the word right without any guilt, right?
Exactly. Right.
Right.
So let's dive in. This first way that we use it
I
is to
just
say, I'll be right, and then blank. There's so many ways we say this depending on where we are. So, for example, if you're on the first floor of a building and you're on the phone telling someone that you're coming upstairs, you might say,
right.
I'll be right up. Or downstairs, going upstairs, I'll
Right.
be right up.
Right. I'll be right up. Or let's say I'm upstairs in my house right now, and let's say my kids were calling me. I could say, I'll be right down.
Exactly, right? And this is really the most common natural way that we would say that. Or
Mhm.
if I'm at a neighbor's house and my husband asks me to come home for something, I might say, I'll be right over. That's often like if you're
You're in another.
in a nearby space at a nearby home, or maybe like a coffee shop next to somewhere, and you're going to go to this like a neighboring store, I'll be right over.
Right. It usually involves some sort of transportation, whether it's walking or driving or just
Yes.
yeah.
And we wouldn't
Uh
say this room to room, right? If I'm in
no.
one room next to another room, like at work, I don't would you say I'll be right over? I probably would
No.
say I'll be right there.
Right. I'll be right there. That's a good one.
It's
Yeah, right
interesting, these
there.
little nuances between which one we choose.
Right. Or I'll be right in, right? So let's say you're outside of a room where somebody is, or let's say you're meeting someone for a lunch. You could say, I'll be right in. You're out and now you're going to go in.
Yes, you're likely to hear this when you go to the doctor and maybe the nurse takes like your vitals and they'll say the doctor will be right in.
Yep.
Means they'll be
Yep.
like right in the room with you. They're not in the room now, they'll be right in.
Right. Right.
Or
Or,
out.
right.
If you're inside a room, inside a house maybe, and maybe your neighbor's out front, to be like, "Oh, I'll be right out."
I'll be
Or, like,
right
if you're
back.
in the bathroom and your kids are yelling that they want you, "I'll be right out."
Oh yeah, I probably use this one a lot. I'll be
Yes,
right out.
right.
or or we already talked about right there, but I'll be right here means kind of you're actually staying put. You're not actually going anywhere. It's more that you're waiting for someone to come to you.
Exactly,
So you'll say, like whenever you're ready, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here.
right. I use this a lot, right? If someone's like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." "No problem, I'll be right here." It's
Yeah.
very friendly.
Yeah, very friendly. And this one actually brings me to can I add one?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So this one is you go away and then you're saying, I'll be right back. Or remember when we were younger, Aubrey, the BRB, be right back,
Yeah, I still
right?
use that, BRB.
Use it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. BRB. But so with I'll be right back. So my parents always joke that when I was 2 years old, we were on a family vacation and I saw a gift shop and I'm two. And I just stand up and we're outside and I just said, I'll be right back just to go by myself to this gift shop. And now it's funny
You
because
were
my daughter,
2. "I'll be
my
right back."
yeah, my daughter says also be well, it was more not I'll be right back, but it was be right back. Just like, oh, I'm two. I can go by myself. That's
Right? So
fine.
nonchalantly.
Yeah. So be
That
right
is
back.
really funny, and that is maybe of all the phrases we're using today, that's one of the most common, "Be right back,"
Yeah.
right? If
Be
you're
right
at a
back.
store with someone and maybe they're checking out, so you go to look at something and you wanna tell them that you're going to return to where they are, so what we would
I'll
always
be right
say, "I'll
back.
be right back."
Exactly, exactly. So, wow, these are all good, Aubrey. What else do we want to get to?
Yeah, so we have a few more. We'll often say right with you. You've likely heard a receptionist say,
Mm,
I'll be right with you. This means they are occupied right now. Maybe they're helping someone else, but this is a very polite way that you can say you're sort of apologizing that it's taking a minute. I'll be right with
right.
you.
Right, I'll be right with you. Or right away. So this is ASAP, as soon as possible, right? So I'll get to that right away. Right? You're not taking any time. You're getting to it. Maybe somebody's waiting and you said, "Oh, sorry, I'll get to it right away. I'm doing it."
Yeah, I'm more likely to say this even than like, very soon or ASAP. This would be more in my dial to be like, yeah, I'll do that right away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely a good one.
And the last one is
And
right on.
that's
This is
fun.
yeah, feel like it was really trendy, maybe in the '80s or the '90s. I see it in older movies a ton for someone to say right on, but we still hear
Right.
it.
So what does it mean? So it's just kind of like,
It means like
that's cool, right?
awesome. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. But we usually use it as a response. So let's do a mini role play to show how that would look.
Okay, so I got the job.
Right on. That's awesome.
Hey.
Yeah, it's just like a way to encourage. This is actually a great connection skill. It's so friendly to, because you're not always going to want to say, congratulations, awesome. You want a lot of ways to say that. And this is a fun one. Right on.
Yeah, that's a good idea for a follow-up episode, Aubrey. Maybe we'll do one on different ways to say congratulations.
Yes, I love that idea.
Yes.
All right, let's dive into a role play here, Michelle. You are standing at the counter of a department store, and I am there as a sales associate. I'll start us out.
Okay.
I'll be right with you.
No worries.
Sorry about that. How can I help you?
I was hoping to look at one of those necklaces.
Great, I'll get that right away. I just need to unlock this case.
Actually, I need to find my friend downstairs, but then we'll be right back up.
No problem. I'll have it right here for you. All right. So we used a lot of them here. One you didn't notice was right on. Why do you think we didn't have right on in this role play?
So maybe this could be a little too informal or casual, right? Because I'm talking to you, it sounds like I'm at a nice store and I'm looking for this necklace. It's a little too casual. It's more for using it with friends.
Yeah, I thought about trying to squeeze it into this role play, either to have the sales associate say right on, or maybe the other. I'm like, that feels very
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
It is more informal, right? If someone's trying to be professional, they're speaking to a stranger, a sales associate, I don't think they would say right on. That would be very rare.
Right, exactly. Right. Right, it would be.
So let's go through this. I first said, I'll be right with you. So that's one we shared where, I'm maybe helping someone else, putting something away and letting them know as soon as I can, I will come and help you.
Yeah, exactly. And then I asked you to get me one of the necklaces. That's probably in the case. And
Mhm.
you said, "I'll get that right away. I just need to unlock this case, so I'll get that immediately, ASAP."
Exactly, right? It would be strange to say this and then go leave them waiting and go do other things. That means you're going to do it
Mm,
right now.
right, right. I can't stop saying right now.
Right? Because I would like to actually go
Ah!
back and count how many times we say it in this episode.
Oh my
That
gosh,
would be
that's
interesting. But
scary.
then you said, "Oh, I need to run get my friend downstairs and then we'll be right back up." So you're
Mm.
saying you could just say we'll be right back, but you can say we will be right back up because you're going downstairs and then back upstairs.
Yeah, so it's interesting we combined the right up and right back, made it right back
Both work.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And
And
then I
then
said,
yeah,
"I'll have it right here for you." So this is you can say, "I'll be right here," meaning I'll be here waiting, or like this, you can say it this way, "She'll have the necklace right here for you," meaning like it will be here ready for you.
exactly, exactly. So it's not going anywhere basically.
Yeah. We wanna
So
share we wanna make sure you guys didn't miss an episode Lindsay and I recorded. It was 2360 right here on All Ears English. Your
right
grammar
here.
questions answered past simple or past
Ooh,
progressive.
important
I get a
stuff.
lot of questions for students about this, so I wanna make sure you guys don't miss that episode. That is tricky grammar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's really important, guys, to listen to these episodes so you can get your grammar top notch with Aubrey and Lindsay.
Absolutely. So let's just give a takeaway here. I feel like a lot of these phrases, though we use right a ton, a lot of
Mhm.
them are chunks that are really great connection skills,
Mm.
right? Even
Mhm.
just the not politeness, but sort of the courtesy of telling someone I'll be right back or I'll be with you right away. All of these
Mm,
are things that if you didn't say it, if there was just silence, often it would be sort of rude. These are things that we
right.
say in order to be more friendly and polite.
Exactly. It's almost like those signposts. It's just giving people signals of what's going on so people aren't totally lost. But yeah, try it. I mean, these are you can use these immediately. So practice adding them to your conversations to connect and, show that courtesy in English.
Yeah, and these are not the type, even though we had so many different ones in this role play, it doesn't feel strange and repetitive. They all have
No,
very different meanings. The word
exactly.
right comes up all the time, and natives don't even notice because it's so common. It has so many different uses.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point, Aubrey. So don't be afraid to use these.
Yes. Awesome, Michelle. Thanks for joining me today. This was very fun.
Yes, a great topic. Thanks, Aubrey, and thanks to everyone for listening.
Yeah, see you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.